join Toastmasters in order to network and improve her speaking and leadership skills. Today, Hua will be giving her fourth ACM speech, Resources for Informing, from the Advanced Communicator Manual, Speaking to Inform. The title of her 5 to 7 minute speech today is Traveling with Young Children, What You Need to Know. Please join me in welcoming Hua.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. And sorry, Alex, I'll go first. And since we had a technical difficulty, I printed out my PowerPoint instead. So just remember, if you have come in early, just in case you have a technical difficulty, and have a plan B. Traveling with children, what you need to know. Because you don't want to end up like this. At the airport, when the kids are throwing a tantrum and all stressed out. TSA regulations for children. If there's a TSA family line, use it. Kids do not wait a long time in long lines. Use the family lane. Allowing children, the TSA allows children 12 and under to keep their shoes on, so you don't have to make them take their shoes off. They might throw a tantrum. Passengers cannot leave babies in the infant carrier and put it through the X-ray machine. Apparently, TSA thought they had to put that on their website because I guess somebody did it. You don't want to put your baby through the X-ray machine. Instead, if you have a small baby, you can actually put them, if you have a carrier or a sling, a baby sling, you can carry them, and they'll actually let you walk through the metal detector with the baby. You don't have to take the baby off. And that will help you through the airport as well, because you don't want to be carrying a heavy baby, walking who knows how many feet to one terminal or the next. So that would help. Do you have a fear of radiation or radiating your baby with the body scans? That could be, some people fear that. They don't know how much radiation will affect your body, or how it, if you x-ray a breast milk, would it break down the proteins in the breast milk, and how would that affect your baby if you feed it to them? So you can actually ask for alternate screening for, instead of going through the body scan, which is a pat down, going through the metal detector, and some other, like a visual screening. The 3-1-1 rule, everybody knows that. You can't bring more than 3.4 ounces liquid bottles in a 1 quart Ziploc bag per person. However, medically required liquids are exempt, and that includes baby formula. If you have small children, baby formula, breast milk, baby food, like canned food or jarred food. It's not a total solid, but that's allowed because the baby requires it. And the Food and Drug Administration actually had a note on the website, the TSA website, that said there is no known adverse effects to x-raying your baby's milk or food or anything like that. So, I mean, to the extent of how much do you trust the FDA findings, that's up to you and your family to decide whether or not you want to go through the x-ray machine with that items, or you can ask for additional screening for baby formula or milk, juice, or breast milk. They would actually have pH strips that they can test the milk with, or they have, most airports now have a liquid bottle testing system device that they can just put in there, and it uses lasers, infrared, to just check to see if there's explosives in there. I've had my baby formula tested with the pH strip, so I know. And they even won't sometimes, and of course TSA, they're not always consistent in training their employees, so some employees might not know. They've actually had me throw out a very good bottle of commercial baby formula that is completely sealed because I hadn't opened it yet. I just bought it from the store, but they had me throw it out because they're like, I have to open it to test it. I'm like, I don't want to open it. It's going to expire by the time the baby uses it. But so they're like, either you let us open it or you throw it away. So I just said, just go ahead and throw it away. But you just have to know, and sometimes they won't even let you pull up. Everybody has a smartphone nowadays, so they just pull it up and say, look, on the TSA website it says you can't do that. But sometimes the TSA agent would just ignore that or say, that doesn't matter, we don't do that today, or something like that. So either you want to argue with them and get delayed for your flight because it is your right, or you just say fine and just move on so you don't miss your flight there. And I have a picture of a X-ray, a baby X-ray. My baby actually had his chest X-ray last week, because he had possible bronchiolitis. But if you know that this chest X-ray actually has more radiation than the body scanners. I think a chest X-ray, 10,000 microrems, which is the unit of measure for radiation, compared to a body scan 5. So if you're worried about a body scan at the airport, think about if you ever had to have a chest X-ray, or your cell phone, or just traveling from New York to Los Angeles at however 30,000 feet, you get, I think, 40,000 microrems already up there. So why are you worrying about 5 down here? So it's just the atmospheric radiation up there, because there's less layers, atmospheric layers, to protect us from that radiation. So I wouldn't worry too much, but that's up to you if you want to forego the body scan. Should you bring a car seat? You know those car seats, I have one that weighs 26 pounds. Do you want to lug that around the airport? Try to install it into the small airline seat? But that's the FAA actually says that's the safest place for your baby, in a car seat on the airplane. So you can do that, but for most people, they don't want to buy the extra seat for a lap baby. That's up to you that's up to your family to decide what you want to do. But here are some. The child weighs less than 20 pounds, then you use a rear-facing car seat restraint system. 20 to 40 pounds forward-facing, 22 to 44 pounds, the CARES child safety device, which is this right here. It's just a harness that you can attach to the airport chair seat. And it's a 5-point harness, so it's safer than just their lap belt on the airplane seat. So you can do that, but the CARES system is actually $75. So if you travel a lot, it could be a good investment. Might be easier to lug around than a car seat. If you do check your car seat, you have to be aware there's a danger of how it's mishandled, because they're not gentle with luggage, so they're not going to be gentle with your car seat. So you have to think, is that the impact of the car seat rolling around in the baggage claim or in the cargo area of the plane versus how much damage it gets riding in a car? Probably a lot more. So you have to weigh the pros and cons whether or not you want to do that. Airline accommodations. Some airlines have family pre-boarding. Airlines can check your car seat and strollers for free, so you don't have to pay for those. You can check your car and stroller at the gate, and family members can actually get an escort pass and help you get into the terminal if you are traveling alone with children. You can do that. On the plane, there's some pressures in the ears of the baby. You can use chewing gum for a child that is old enough to chew gum, or a pacifier and milk for the baby. Comfort the baby. You can bring toys, entertaining toys. The baby's nose can get stuffy, so you can bring saline drops. And actually, a lot of people swear by breast milk drops into the nose. They call it liquid gold. So there's the liquid gold. Seating, you want to seat towards the end of the airplane because you don't want to get them bother the other passengers. So that's good. Some resources. And lastly, I just wanted to show pictures of my family. Oh, there's my oldest 4-year-old There's my youngest 1.5, and that was my birthday dinner with my birthday hat this past weekend. So thank you.
Holy